Held it.
Mr. Edward, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off of me!
I prefer not to take the defense's team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
Quoi?
What was that?
Save who?
Is this another one of our trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Whoa! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time?
Another knife. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type? Matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye.
You just stealing people's shoes?
This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What the fuck? Why are you just stealing shoes for?
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is that the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
Well, how could we take that as legitimate evidence? You could have fabricated that.
And you had blood tests performed.
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
Too much boyfriends. How do you keep track of all of them?
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edward sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edward is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law. Really? It's not my job. We're not the ones producing the evidence.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye.
Ugh, my back. God damn. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
And now the matter of the shoe. 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One, of course, is the victim's. The other one matched that of the defendant. Blah, blah, blah. You can't say for sure that the blood belongs to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie.
Huh?
Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all of the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down just to one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they say there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. And that ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was gonna say that. The shoe proves it. It's flawless. Decisive evidence. Let's look at the shoe. Check that shoe out. Ooh, spin me right around, baby, right around like a record, baby, right round, right round. Can we see a toe print? Oh my god, there's an endless void in this shoe. What's in there? What can we find? Anyway, there's something about this.
Ah! There's blood here too!
On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue. Okay, so he stepped in his blood. Is it due to the fact that there's no blood on the floor? How do I do this? How do I show 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 this? Do I present one of these? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. The shoe proves it. The shoe's a contradiction. I'm doing alright. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Just in case. Oops, 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 oops. That's pretty sly hiding evidence like that.
There's nothing sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the way of the future.
Maybe I should investigate this evidence a little more closely. I did. I saw. How do I? Do I show the crime scene? Oh, okay. Unfortunately for you, this shoe is far from being perfect evidence. What? This shoe directly contradicts what we know about the crime. The shoe doesn't fit. I tried it on his foot. It just won't go in. Order! Order! You're claiming that there's a contradiction with this shoe. Yes, sirree. As I said, the shoe doesn't fit what we know about the scene of the crime. Very well. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say about the shoe. What about the shoe contradicts what we know about the crime? Show us the problem with this evidence. We. Oh, I was expecting it to glow. The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. And then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? Oh! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Maybe if you fucking looked, you would have seen that there wasn't anything there, you idiot. Dumbass. Fucking beautiful idiot. Order! 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 Well, witness?
What? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask ourselves why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true! There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think!
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Technically, it isn't our business to figure it out. I just noticed it. Oh, I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum.
Weird that... I guess they ran over to the other side because she was by the emergency phone, right? And she made the call there, and then Angel... Oh, I guess she saw her at the car. Never mind, she ended up moving. Never mind, never mind. I was gonna say the oil drum is on the side where the car is, so how did she kick it over if they were on the other side of the partition? Never mind.
She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, that one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
Don't know how to roar. Row. Whatever. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edward. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Why? Why was there water and oil drums in the parking garage? What do you do with the water? Do you drink it?
Water? What does that mean?
You still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
That reminds me, Miss Guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? But she was holding the knife in that hand. How do...
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please!
What? What can I do?
Your sister's confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor?
Very well.
Angel Star's on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Laura Sky.
Why did it take so long?
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? And did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are! You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing bloody footprints! Well... I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Oh my god, how much things do you have in your pockets, lady?
Wait! Witness! Don't tell me you have something else!
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare me, the cough-up queen. Look at this.
Look at this. It's nice that his foot is propped onto that beam so that his little foot doesn't get wet from the water. A photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the weight shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo!
Hey, it's clearly wet! It's a good thing that shoe didn't fall in, huh?
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
Like the little one thing you got for me. As always. Always at the end of a trial. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not.
Oh my god. Mia, leave the poor man. Let him fend for himself. It's his fault if he doesn't want a fucking thing for himself.
Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel.
Huh?
Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
I'm being haunted by a ghost.
This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for the court.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is with you people? Can't I hand down my verdict in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, we can't! Then it'll be too late! Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah! I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem! Right or wrong, I've gotta go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me go hee hee. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edward. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no traces of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car. What? A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see! And I see!
Has the man never driven before?
What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said so as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Muffler! Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Muffler? Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means that this piece of cloth is a vital evidence. Wag! They always make such funny noises when they're screaming.
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Phew, that was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess.
What? I thought we were going into the next day.
It's lunchtime after all.
You still hungry?
Okay, well, I'm gonna be stopping here anyway because this has been a long trial part. It's an hour and 20 minutes so far. I'm gonna stop here. And I'm also like super tired, and I don't think I was equipped to handle a recording today. I don't know why. It's so weird. I was able to do just fine that long haul for 3 hours before, but like these past few times I've just been like tired.
But I don't know why. So I will be calling it. Oh, hi Emma. Don't look so sad. Oh, I can't leave from here.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm leaving. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. I think I remember this case being quite long. So we're gonna be here for a while. The sooner I get it done, the sooner I can move on to the next game. Which I actually don't even remember the order now. I'm sure I'll find out by the time this episode comes out. The order. I think it must be, I think it's Trials and Tribulations. No, Justice for All? I think it's Justice for All. Huh? 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 Is it Justice for All? I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. We're still quite a ways before we get there. I'll find out. I'll find out. You don't have to tell me. I'll find out. Okay. Bye. Don't look at my shirt. It's spoilers. Don't look at my shirt. It's One Piece spoilers. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look.